Hello.
How are you? Welcome back to another episode of Girls of a Certain Age podcast. Yeah, with
Amber.
your homegirl over here, and then me, Ashley.
Yeah.
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 So, do you have any interesting things?
Girl,
that you
I
can
do.
Have I heard them before?
Yes. So, I have two things to tell you. One, I haven't told you. The second one I have.
Okay.
So, basically, literally last night, you told me that I needed to go get you vape coils.
Yes.
Okay. So, what happened? Girl, the shit I had to go through. Okay, so it said online that the vape shop was open at 6:30 in the morning.
Yes.
So it was like 6:20, and I'm like, it takes 10 minutes to get there, so it'll be open by the time I get there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, scoot, and jamming really fucking hard to some
Which
music.
one did you go to? The one in UT or no?
No, that one don't open until like 9.
Okay.
I went to the one next to Walmart.
Okay.
And I went there, and I got there, parked, got out, walked up to the door, locked. I was like, what? It says that they're open. So I'm like, whatever, maybe I'll just wait like 10 minutes, because maybe they're just running a little late. It is early in the morning for some people, so I'm just gonna wait. So I sat there for like 10 minutes, waited, looking at every car that drove by, waiting for them to park. Somebody did. There was like this truck, it was zooming, and like parked really, really fast and like got their stuff and got out, and I'm like, that must be him. So I'm like stalking him. And then he comes out, he has a red shirt on. I'm like, red shirt? That's not him. That has to be from the store Michael's.
Yeah.
It fucking was. He walked right over there and unlocked the door. And my nosy ass got online and was like, what time does Michael's open? 9 o'clock. Why are you there at 6:30 or 6:40?
Yeah, speeding like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
like you're late.
Yeah.
You have like 2 hours for the store to even open.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they do. But either way, didn't come, never came. And then I was like looking through all the different vape shops that I could go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up finding like this one. And it said it was a vape shop market type deal. And come on. Come on, baby. Yeah. Anyway, so it was like some type of vape shop market. So I drive over there. It's like 10 minutes away. So I drive over there. It's basically a gas station without the gas pumps. Yeah, like that's what it was set up like.
Oh.
So I go in there.
It's a vape shop?
Supposed to be.
That's kind of cool.
So I go in there. The only thing they sell are disposables.
So did you get a disposable?
Oh shit! Why did you do that? That hurts so fucking bad.
Made it probably trim his nails. Yeah.
Ow. It's because socks is right here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get what I need from this market because they were literally right there when you walk in. So I just got those, and then I was like, "Hey, do you have like vape stuff?" And he said no. So I was like, "Well, fuck." And then I was like, "Well, I'm gonna drive back by to see if they're open." So I drive
It
down.
doesn't really matter because I don't care my clothes anymore.
Right, but I drive all the way down there. Motherfucker, they were open. Bitch, they were open.
Did you go in there?
It was like 20 minutes later, and they were open. Because I sat there for 10 and then drove 10. Well, I guess 30, because then I drove 10 back. And they were open. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I go in there, and I'm like, hey, I need coils. And he was like, we don't have that.
Yeah, they don't carry them.
And then I literally said, what time do you guys open? And he said, 7. I was like, oh, well, online it says 6:30, and I was low-key waiting. And he goes, it's okay.
It's okay that you were waiting?
Yes! That's what he said. And I was like, oh. And walked out, and then went home.
Goodness.
Yeah, it was fucking insane.
There's one, okay, so if you go where, like you are going to Walmart.
Is it Monkey Vapors?
No. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Because that's the only other one that it said online was on Clinton Highway.
It's on Clinton Highway. Instead of like turning this way to go to Walmart, you turn that way. And they have a really nice selection. The only bad thing is that they have to unlock it.
Oh.
Because they have everything locked up.
Well, everything was fucking closed until 9 o'clock. So yeah, that's my first one.
That's where I would probably go. Is that
Do
one.
they have your stuff? But I cashed
I never got
my money back.
rules. Yeah, I know, I saw. Girl, I woke up this morning and I paid most of my bills. I still have to pay rent and then I have my nail appointment. But I also bought a lot of stuff.
What'd you buy? Off Amazon?
Yeah. Well, like Amazon, and then I got lotion. They had a good sale, okay? Not really, but
You
they
have a
did.
shopping problem.
Well, I'll tell you the whole thought process behind it. Okay, so I am almost out of perfume.
Okay. Oh, girl, why don't you ask? I have some.
Well, I want to use the specific kind that I have.
Oh.
Because of
Is it the Victoria's Secret?
No, it's the it's like the okay. So you know how like this is the smell that I like.
Okay.
That I like to have, and they did not have it because they discontinued it and then they brought it back for the spring.
Okay.
Okay, and it is like a pink rose smell, and I remember because of they have this pink rose body wash that has like the little like what is that stuff? The
scrub?
Yeah, what's the scrub?
Sugar?
Exfoliation. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like a body wash, and then it had like the exfoliate in it, and I literally when I was at mom's, they had like Teresa had bought it, and I was like this smells so good. I want to smell like this. So then I went to Bath and Body Works, and they had the pink rose like perfume and lotion, and that's what got me to get into it. And then they discontinued it, so I just went back to vanilla because that's like the OG. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I need lotion because I'm almost out of lotion. And I looked on Bath and Body Works, and they brought it back. And so I wanted the perfume because I was almost out of the perfume. So, but I needed like toothpaste and like stuff like that, and like nobody has time to go to the store. So I bought
Off of Amazon?
Yeah. I used to do that when I lived in my apartment.
Buy toothpaste off of Amazon?
Yes. $3. Anyway, so yeah, I did that because like, you know, it's the same thing as like you going grocery shopping online and just picking it up. It's the same thing. Anyway, don't judge. Anyway, because when do I have time to go to the store? I really don't have time.
On your off days?
Yeah, but like
Or just tell me when
I need it, and then I'm busy on my off days. It's gonna come like the next day. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to also buy deodorant. Because I'm out of deodorant.
I'm out of deodorant.
I am out of I literally had to use Michael's this morning.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway. So.
I'm cracking up at that.
So I bought all of that stuff. It's supposed to be here today. Anyway, just in time for me to go out and, you know, instead of me literally going to Walmart with my stank ass and then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I did.
You're literally the reason that we're stuck at work.
Yeah. It's okay. Anyway, I know multiple people. I used to do that because I never did it, and then I just started getting lazy. So I could say that I'm lazy. That's why I put on like 10 pounds, because I'm eating nothing but sugar and I'm lazy. But anyway. So I was looking on Bath and Body Works because I was like wondering, and then they had the 3 for $3. And I had, last time I went to Bath and Body Works, I got like a little clip coupon so I could get an extra thing for free. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not going to use that until I get more lotion. And then I was like, only $40? Okay.
So you got more lotion?
Yeah.
Did you use your coupon?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got 7. Okay, so
7?
7 items.
What'd you get?
So I got 5 lotions and 2 perfumes. And then I have a lotion already, so I have 6 lotions, and then I'll have 3 perfumes because I bought some. I actually bought a Victoria's Secret rose because I was like, damn, like no, because it would come faster, and I didn't want to have to wait a long time because I'm really seriously almost out. And I did not want to put vanilla over the rose smell. I did not want to do that. But yeah,
I don't think that would have smelled bad.
Yeah, but still, I didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to do that.
I mean, I get it.
But so I bought, but I was like, this has got to smell good because the Bear Vanilla or like the Bears,
So
like Victoria's
good.
Secret Bear smells so good.
Is it just like a?
It's a Bear Rose, so
I've
it's
never smelled
gotta
that.
smell good because I don't know.
Oh, just the bear in general.
yeah, it's they're just
Like
the
if
bear.
it has bear on it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Smells
Yeah.
good.
Because the bear vanilla is my
Dude,
favorite.
no, I got it was not vanilla, but it was something. But I literally, I went to Victoria's Secret because I was just kind of like, you know,
When?
like a while ago.
Oh.
This was like before I even moved here. I went
Oh.
to Victoria's Secret and I was just kind of like shopping around and I was sniffing all of them. And then I was like, I kept on coming back to this one and I was like, this smells so
Is it Bear
good.
Rose?
It was Bear, it wasn't Bear Rose, it was like Bear something. But it had like a fresh smell and I was like, this smells so good.
Yeah.
But,
Sorry, there's
yeah.
cat hair. In my
But really, if you think about it, I won't have to buy lotion for a long ass time.
True.
Or perfume. So I'm basically like,
for $40 though,
yeah,
you can't beat.
I know. See, good ass deal. So, good ass deal. I mean, I do need to stop spending money, and I will. But I just was like,
Well, at least it's stuff you need. It's
I
not
did
like
need it.
things that you don't. You know. So don't beat yourself up too much.
I wasn't beating myself up. You were.
Oh.
You were about to. You'd be like, girl, you got a spending problem. But
I mean,
yeah,
you do.
I do.
But you've always been like that.
Yeah.
You like to shop.
But now I can smell good and look good at the same time.
So my second story, girl. So, I'm gonna stretch this story out. So basically, I was upstairs and I don't know what I was doing, but this was like a little bit ago. I was upstairs doing something and I looked out the window and I seen that the sun was setting. And I was like, that is so pretty. I want to go out and sit on the porch and watch it. So I ran down here and I grabbed my book and I sat on the porch. And I was reading my book while I was watching the sun go down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like almost finished with this
Did
chapter.
that happen yesterday?
No, this was like Saturday. This was Saturday.
Okay.
So I was sitting there reading my book, watching the sun go down. I'm almost finished with the chapter. And then I get a phone call. And I was like, it was from Bree, that girl.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, why is she calling me? She never calls me. So I answered it because I didn't want to be rude. And I'm like, hey. And she was like, hey, do you want to come to a party tonight? And I was like, sure. Sure. Send me the information. And then,
like, were you really like sure?
yeah. And she was like, she said that she was going to this party and she thought of me and she really wanted to see me. So she invited me. And I was like, okay, well now you're making it like I have to go. So I was like, okay. So I immediately called Laura and I was like, bitch, come to this party with me. And she was at work. So I called Alyssa. She was also at work. And then I called you.
I was your last choice.
Because you were at work. And I think I asked one more person, but anyway.
Dude, I literally had just got to work and
I
you were
know.
calling me.
I know, and I know you hate when I do
Dude,
that.
I don't want to get wrote up.
I know.
I'm like, no, but I was in the bath. I literally walked out of the bathroom, and then ding, ring, ring, ring. I was like, this bitch, like, and I was where, like, you know, that one place I was talking about to you earlier. That is super strict, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get written up because I have to take extra time, and I've already been in the wrong ass bathroom for probably like 10 minutes already.
I'm sorry.
That's why when I was on the
The
phone, I was
only-
like, girl.
The only reason I call you is because you don't ever text me back.
I do on my watch. There was like a little time where my watch wasn't connected to my phone, but it's because my watch is old as fuck. And you know all that fancy shit you guys can do with yours, I can't do with mine because it's
You
old
can't
as-
talk to text?
I can, but it fucks up the English. It's like my watch cannot fucking speak English.
Is this the new one?
No, I didn't get the new one.
Why not? I thought you were getting it from your friend.
I was supposed to, but I just haven't. Things have come up.
You need to.
I know.
Your girl needs a new watch.
Either that or I might have to just buy one. She can keep the money. It's not like I can see it, so it don't matter.
Well, anyway, so I
It's
called
only
her
$100
because I wanted you to. I thought it was $150.
It is $150. I just have to pay the $50. She has the $100 already.
Oh, well, you need to make that a priority, girl.
It's hard to make it a priority when the other person's not making it a priority.
Oh, she's not?
No.
Text her.
I have.
Oh.
And then, like, stuff comes up. But anyway.
So I tried to get you to go, and I was like getting ready after I talked to you, because you were like telling me you were gonna look at your time on break, and I'm like, girl, why are you gonna wait an hour? Because I need you now. Like, anyway, so by the time your break happened, I was already leaving.
Yeah.
So this is a lot of TMI. So I got ready, and the whole time I was getting ready, my stomach was hurting. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just going to let it deal. Yes. So I go all the way from upstairs. I got ready, walked all the way downstairs, all the way down to the parking lot, walked all the way to my car, got in it, started it, wouldn't start. I tried some more times, would not start. For the life of me, it would not fucking start. So I was like, well, shit, guess I gotta go ask Michael if I could borrow his car. So I come back in, walk all the way back upstairs, ask Michael if I could borrow his car. He said yes. So I go down, all the way back down to the parking lot, get in Michael's car, have to shit. About to shit my pants. So I'm clenching my cheeks, running back up to the stairs, all the way back up to the stairs in the apartment, and then shit myself before I could even touch the toilet.
Really?
My ass cheeks were literally not even touching the toilet. I was like, God damn, dude.
It's all that milk and the ice cream. Not even consuming.
So I took a shit, finished, finally left, drove all the way out there. First of all, I get close. I'm like 2 minutes away. Speed bump after speed bump after speed bump after speed bump. I was like, Jesus. And she calls me constantly. She was like, are you almost here? I was like, bitch, I had to shit. My bad.
Did you tell her?
Yes. She goes, oh, okay. And then she calls me back, and she's like, hey, are you here? And I'm like, girl, I'm 2 minutes away. I'm going over all these speed bumps in Michael's car, so I have to be super careful. Okay? So I finally get there. I make the wrong turn, and there's a car behind me, so I'm like being all weird because I don't want to get honked at.
Yeah.
I finally get there. We're on the phone. But anyway, so I pull up into the driveway of this party. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be like a house party, basement party, like / bar situation. So anyway, pull into the driveway of this party. And I'm on the phone with her, and she's like directing me where to go. And she said something, I don't remember what it was. Or I said something, I don't remember. Something was said. And she goes, ha, yep, that's what Molly does to you. And in my mind, I'm like, huh? What? So I park, get out the car. She comes up, she hugs me. So she hugs me, then we go into the party, and we're just kind of sitting there. And she tells me that she's on Molly. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool. And I order a drink, and the lady makes me feel like I have to pay for it. Because she keeps, like, talking about how I have to pay for it. And then she puts this thing in front of me that, like, a Cash App code. So I have to, like, pay for the drink. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how much is it? And she was like, oh, however much you want to pay. So I paid $5.
You're probably tipping.
That's what it was. But I didn't know that because she made it seem like I was paying for the drink.
Yeah.
And, anyway, so then she tells us that she has bracelets for us to make, and I should go over there, and I'm, like, trying to make a bracelet, and
This is a club?
Yes. Well, it's a party. I don't know what it was.
You're making bracelets?
That's what it...
At a club?
I guess. So I started to try to, but I couldn't get the knots right, so I ended up just throwing it and gave up. Yeah. And then I'm just mostly standing there, because I'm following her around, and I told her that I was going to. And she said it was fine. Well, then these people come up and meet me and all this stuff. By the way, as soon as I walk into this party, straight emo. This was an emo party. I have never seen so much chains, fishnets, and eyeliner in my life. I was like, oh, And I'm over here dressed in jeans and a cute top.
If you would have known it was an emo party, would you dress the part?
Probably not, because I did not feel good that day.
You
I could have. But anyway, and I'm talking emo. Like, these girls were emo. But it was cool. I liked them. Like, they were chill. Well, I ended up asking if they had smoke. So we went and smoked in this girl's car. And so then we go into the party, and everybody's, like, dancing like this. If you're not watching on YouTube, I'll try to describe it. But they basically have their arms up in, like, a almost fighting position. And then they're just rocking side to side. And that's just how everybody's dancing. And then there's this one...
That's how everybody was dancing?
Yes. And then this one fucking dude with this huge ass, like, wallet chain is in the middle of the dance floor fucking kicking. Like, jumping up and kicking and moving his feet. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then my friend Bree, like, pushes them out the way. And then jumps into the fucking middle of the dance floor and starts fucking going ham dancing. And then, like, turns around, bends over, and shakes her ass and backs up towards me. And I was like, oh God. And then she turned around and tried to get everybody on the dance floor. Still doing the same motion. Everybody's doing that. And she's over here going buck wild. And old dude's waiting for his chance to get back in the middle and dance his kicking feet again. It was just a mess. Yes. And then she leaves and I lost her. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm over here trying to take pictures because I was like, cute. But I didn't because I was embarrassed. She came back. She said, yeah, I almost threw up. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, yeah, it's the Molly. And so she sits down and then I sit down. And I was like, are you okay? Oh. There was another part where this freaking girl, she is like lesbian. Mm-hmm. She came up to me. She was like masculine, you could tell. So she came up to me and she was low key like getting close. Mm-hmm. And she showed me her SoundCloud rap. She used to be a SoundCloud rapper. And then this other girl was talking about how she wanted to do content, and I was like, honestly, go for it. Like,
hell yeah.
People are making hella money, so you should just do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I told Brie, I was like, look, I'm gonna have to go. And I got up and I left. And I got home and Michael was like, damn, how long were you there? And I did the math, an hour. I fucking left immediately. But yeah, that was pretty much it. What about you? How was your week?
Mostly work. Other than that, nothing really interesting. I haven't really done anything. I woke up this morning and somebody asked me to go to drink with them. But it's like, have you ever had somebody ask you to like do something and you feel like they don't need it? They're just saying it to be nice.
Why would they text you?
So like the message. And I don't even know, because I haven't texted this person in like a while. Like, this morning I woke up to a text and I was like, I haven't heard from him in a long ass time. So I opened it and it was pictures of like the whole layout of alcohol. And I tell you what, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. This message was sent 35 minutes ago.
Like PM or AM?
PM.
Okay.
I wake up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and this message was sent 35 minutes ago.
Okay.
And he was
to come and drink that day?
Yeah, like Wednesday.
Today's episode, we're doing dream interpretations. So we each have 6 dreams that we got either from our own dreams or from people that we know, and we're going to interpret them and say what we believe that they mean. Yeah. So you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I would say the strangest one I've had so far is this one. Only because of the backstory. A while back, I dated the devil in human form, literally. It was the worst relationship ever, and so I often have dreams pertaining to it out of trauma. The relationship ultimately ended when he cheated and left me for my best friend and got her pregnant.
Continue.
So in this dream, it was me and a couple friends. We were standing in the kitchen laughing and cutting jokes, almost like it was in third person. The girl my ex left me for, let's call her Sarah, was sitting on the floor in the background. The look on her face was presented as sadness, anger, maybe a little jealousy even. She seemed so incredibly sad while watching my friends and I laugh and talk among ourselves. She would laugh to herself to almost try to include herself in our conversation. In the dream, my friend and I would kind of and then pause and be like, "What are you doing here? Please leave. Because why would we?" And every time Sarah would sulk and say, "But why don't you like me? Why do you hate me so much?" She was portrayed completely innocent in this dream. Meanwhile, being the meanest girl I've ever met in my entire life. I don't think this has much to do with my ex himself, but her. When I've asked other people about this dream, they have told me that she's trying to tap into my energy and she feels left out, that she can't. Thoughts?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your interpretation?
Okay, so my interpretation, because I looked it up, because I looked them up on Google.
Yeah, so did I.
Is basically, I think it's more of like her trauma and like her past stuff. And then, so it's like past betrayal, seeking closure, or interrogating lessons about self-worth. Self-worth.
Yeah, you said it right.
I don't know, I just... Okay. Processing and healing. This dream often indicates that your subconscious is actively processing the trauma or anger from the past relationship, allowing you to move towards healing. Reclaiming power. The girl in your dream may symbolize a part of yourself or a situation you are trying to understand. Her trying to be your friend might represent your mind coming to terms with the event and taking control of the narrative, moving from victim to empowered. Seeking closure. It can represent a subconscious desire to make sense of the betrayal, suggesting you are moving toward a point of accepting what happened or needing to reach a final resolution. Reconciling with the past. The dream can represent a need to forgive yourself or to move past the anger and jealousy, reducing the emotional hold that the cheating situation has on your life. Symbolic friendship. The friendship in the dream does not usually mean you want to be friends in real life, but rather that you are no longer letting the fear or anger consume you.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Did you send it to her?
No. I mean, I sent her like a little brief, but that was it. Okay.
So my first one is, I'm going to let you guys listen to her tell you. Because I feel like she will tell it best. So, here's the recording.
So I have this reoccurring dream. The place changes all the time, but it's always the same like premise, vaguely. It is either in a like house kind of on stilts, with an upstairs and a downstairs, with stairs going up to the upstairs outside, like in woods up on a little hill. Or it's in an amusement park that is out of this world, that is so unsafe and like doesn't make any sense. Kind of like Spy Kids. Have you ever seen that like amusement park where they throw the balls and like there's no way that would actually like scientifically be an amusement park ride, because like there's no way in hell that would work. Those are the types of amusement parks that are in my dreams, and it scares me to shit because I think it's real while I'm in it, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna survive, but I do survive. Anyways, it's either one of those two places, and then, or it could be another place, but those are the two main places. And then it's this demonic presence that is just always around. It can be someone I love, it could be a stranger, it could be itself, just kind of in the shadows, like, but it can also be, it can portray as somebody else. And like one time, portrayed as my dad, and it really fucked me up because my dad's not alive anymore, And I was like, oh my God, I love you so much. And it was such a nice dream. And then all of a sudden something changed. And then my dad started killing everybody. And I was like, that's not my dad. And then it turned into that demonic presence. And then it turned into me running for my life. And it always turns into me running for my life, because it starts happy and then something tragic happens, and whatever it pretended to be murders everything around me, and then I'm running for my life again, or I'm trying to save somebody that I got away, or something like that. So that's what I dream about all the time. If you want to interpret what that means for me, I can give you more details later.
Okay. So hopefully you heard that. So I broke mine down. I just took the important pieces out of each dream.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And then looked them up. So I'm going to tell you what each thing means and then what I think the whole thing means. Okay, so the important things were, so the reoccurring dream means unresolved emotional issues, chronic stress, or trauma that your subconscious is trying to process. The fact that it's taking place in multiple places, your subconscious is blending different emotional experiences, memories, or life areas into one narrative to process complex feelings. The house on stilts, precarious, I don't know what that means. Precarious, elevated, or emotionally detached situation in your waking life, reflecting a need for stability or a shift in perspective. The fact that it's in the woods symbolizes your inner self, psyche, or personal life, house, hidden within your subconscious emotions or transitional phase, woods. So that's what, does that make sense how I said it? Okay.
Yeah.
Amusement park, the ups and downs of life and a subconscious desire for escape, fun, or excitement. The fact that the dream felt real occurred because the brain is highly active during REM, or rapid eye movement, sleep, processing emotions, memories, and sensory information similarly to when awake. The demonic presence, it means the intense fear, overwhelming stress, guilt, or a feeling of being out of control in your waking life. The demon portraying as a lost loved one, profound grief, fear of deception, or a struggle to process the loss. Murder, just in general, because she said that whoever the person is always ends up murdering people.
Mm-hmm.
Murder means dreaming about murder generally symbolizes a need to end a situation, habit, or relationship in your waking life. Running for your life usually indicate high stress, anxiety, or an attempt to avoid a difficult situation, confrontation, or overwhelming emotion in your waking life. Always surviving, you are experiencing high stress, anxiety, or overwhelmed feelings in waking life, yet possesses deep resilience and a subconscious ability to overcome obstacles.
Amy, you did a good job.
Thank you.
I like how you broke those down like that.
And then my overall meaning, I feel like this dream means that she's trying to process trauma, a desire to escape overwhelming feelings and thoughts, dealing with grief also because of the dad, needing to confront a situation in waking life, and dealing with a lot of anxiety in waking life.
Yeah, because you broke it. I mean, what I'll do is like, you hear the dream, you take key elements from the dream, and then I'll look up the key elements. So like, here's one that I had. This was a dream that I had.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to send this to her because I told her I would.
You did a good job though.
Thank you.
That was good. Okay. So this was like the last dream that I had. Oh, also another thing that I want to add is, do you ever get like this? Like, do you ever, like, for example, like when we like flip to moms and dads, did you ever like wake up thinking you were at mom's or like you were at dad's and you were like the opposite? Also, another thing that's been happening to me lately is I've been waking up and then like I feel like, kind of like I don't want to be awake because I'm like, damn, my life is shit. And then I have to remind myself that like I'm not in the place that I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot. Like almost every time that I wake up, I'm like, I don't want to wake up. And then I'm like, girl, it's okay. Like you're in a better place. Like now. And ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that a lot lately. It's like every time I wake up. I'm like, girl, it's okay.
Aww.
Yeah, I don't, that's crazy.
That's sad.
I know, that's so crazy. And then I wake up and I realize that like I'm not in like where I was at before, and then I'm like, oh yeah, like or like relief is like taken off my shoulders. That is crazy because that's like every day. That's happened like a lot. Okay, so anyway, I had a dream that I was like, it didn't look exactly like how Mom's house is, but it was a trailer. And it was like, it probably wasn't like the same trailer, but it was like a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were in a trailer. It was like a double wide trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And like our whole family was there. Like our whole entire family was there. And so it was just like a bunch of people, like all in one house. And it was disgusting.
Like the house?
The house was disgusting. Like there was like every room that you would go in, there was shit everywhere. There was just
like actual shit?
No,
or just random
just like
stuff?
random ass shit. Like like in a bedroom, like clothes thrown all over the floor, newspaper, just like in the kitchen, like pots and pans everywhere. Like, you know, like imagine the room that it is, but like everything in that room is just everywhere and disgusting and just like unorganized. Okay, and so I was in this house, and I also had like somebody that I knew. They were just like following me, like constantly following me around. Like everywhere I would go, like they would be right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like it was really a lot. And then I think I was like getting ready for work or something. And you know how I get up and I take a shower and I like
You have
like,
a routine.
clean. Yeah. So I was like putting on my lotion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I normally go in my room to put on lotion. So I was in a room to put on lotion.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was such a mess that I couldn't continuously put on my lotion in that room.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into the bathroom and I was like putting on my lotion. And then all of a sudden, like I fall backwards and there's like an armadillo and a turtle like all attacking me. Like they're attacking me. And then I scream and then I wake up screaming.
You woke up and was screaming?
I mean, I didn't wake up and scream, but like I was screaming in my dream, and it caused me to wake up in real life. Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Remember that snake dream that I had though?
Yeah.
Do you remember
I
when
do.
I told it?
I don't remember the whole thing, but I do remember you.
Was I like trying to catch it, or was I trying to kill it?
I think you were trying to kill it.
Kill it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I woke up and I realized it was poisonous. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Because I reminded myself I was talking to my friend and he was like, "You never really have animals," and I'm like, "I've had animals before in mine." But anyway, I looked up like the two different things. So I looked up like the out, and then I looked up the animals, and it okay. So, dreaming of a family home in complete disaster or chaos often symbolize a feeling of being overwhelmed, a loss of control, or a significant uphealing in your waking life. In dream psychology, a house commonly represents your internal self, your life structure, or your sense of security. A messy or ruined home suggests that the foundation of your life or emotional well-being feel broken or unstable. And this makes sense when I get to the animals. So, this is a breakdown. A failing sense of security. The home is often a symbol of safety. If it is disarrayed, it may reflect your secure life, job, relationship, or mental health feels threatened. Overwhelm and anxiety. A house is complete disarray unusually highlights high levels of stress in your waking life. You may be trying to carry too much responsibility alone. A disaster in personal life. If the house is broken or destroyed, your subconscious might be flagging a disaster in your waking life. A financial crisis, a crumbling relationship, or an intense internal conflict. Okay. Families, there's like just gonna, because there's like a lot. Because of, okay, family conflict. In the dream specifically features your family home. It could relate directly to ongoing unresolved family issue, drama, or needed for
Reconciliation.
Yeah. Okay. Generational patterns. The house may represent old ways of thinking that you are falling apart, suggesting it is time to move on from old habits or childhood limited beliefs. Okay. Key details to consider. Trying to clean the mess. If you are trying to fix or clean the mess in the dream, it indicates a desire to take back control, which I didn't try to clean it. I just was trying to work around it. I was trying to escape, though. Trying to escape. If you are desperately trying to leave or save others, it may mean you are feeling trapped in a violent situation. Childhood home. Dreaming of past home can indicate you are interrogating past memories or the current situation is triggering old emotions. What this dream may be telling you. Set strong boundaries. The dream might be a sign that you are not presenting assertive enough identity and are focused too much on pleasing others. Take care of your health. Sometimes a failing house can be a warning to take care of your body, specifically your health, energy levels, or mental well-being. Fix the foundation. It is a cue to keep your house in order to deal with the issue or clutter in your life you are holding back. Okay, so this is basically like a loss of control or like looking for some security. The animals. This is dang. Okay. This is what the animals represent. Hard-backed animals in dreams, such as turtles, beetles, or crabs, frequently symbolize a need for protection, emotional shielding, or a slow and steady approach to life changes. So I basically, like the main point of the dream was like me not like having control and like me needing like some kind of protection, and then it shows that the animals were also showing that I needed some kind of protection and that I needed security. So that's what I was like basically missing, is like the security and all the chaos.
Did you have this dream here?
Yeah.
I wonder if you living with me has triggered some past trauma.
I don't know.
It doesn't even have to be trauma that I've caused, but trauma in general, because we've always lived together.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we've been through some fuck shit, we've been together.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that brings that, like, in your self-conscious.
You think like that's why I wake up every morning and I'm like, you're not in the same place anymore? Like
No, I don't think that's why.
Why do you think that? Because
of it was saying that something about the childhood thing. It really spoke to me.
Could be though, because I have like a lot. I don't know.
It's always at my old townhouses, and it starts with me hanging out with two of my friends, and then I never see who or what it is, but something interrupts us, and it has a deep voice. And eventually, I'm like sucked out of the house and flying over as I'm hearing my two friends presumably getting killed. So that's the dream. So the old townhouses where she used to live represents her past experiences, emotional state, or personal growth. Hanging out with friends is usually reflects your emotional bond, a desire for connection, or a need to process your feelings regarding that person. A deep voice that you can't see, a message from your subconscious authority, or a need to pay attention to unspoken truths in your waking life. Flying, a sense of freedom, liberation, and personal empowerment. Hearing friends get killed, significant life changes, the ending of a friendship phase, or feeling of losing connection with them. The overall meaning, I said maybe there was a friendship breakup in your past that still haunts you, or needing to pay closer attention to a situation in your waking life.
like that we did these. And I also like how Reddit didn't work, so we actually really had to get them off of people.
Yeah.
We like harass people and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But I got one that slid up on my story.
I got one that slid on my story too. And then I have yours. And I had mine. I had one of mine.
Okay.
Because that was like the last dream. I don't remember any of the old ones. So yours, the one
Was I the only one that slid up on your story?
No.
Oh.
Okay. There was two people. It was you and then somebody else.
But I tell my dream.
I didn't slide up on your story though.
It's okay. You never do.
I never do. I don't know.
I slid up on all yours.
I know, and I'm just like.
I just try. I try to give you something.
Did you slid up when I posted our podcast? Did you see me post that? Because you told me.
Yeah,
you
I
asked
did.
Me to.
I slid up on it. Said gave you an idea. Remember?
Oh yeah. So I guess you do. Oh, also something we forgot to do is
turn it on.
No, we forgot to tell them that we got new shit.
Oh. If you haven't noticed already, we got new decorations and a chicken nugget pillow.
We should have done it at the beginning.
Oh, well.
Like, hi guys, look, we got new stuff. If you haven't noticed, y'all, look at the little plant. And then does that turn on?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so ready to wear shorts to work.
Oh, do it.
I'm fucking burning up. It's like when they put me in like certain areas, I'm like, I literally, today I was like waiting for myself to go home so I could change because my skin was doing that thing where it was like flaring up, you know, and how it itches. And I don't know, my clothes felt overwashed and I was itchy. And the sweat doesn't make it any better. Those like black sweatpants I had and that pink Nike shirt that I had.
Yeah, I seen the pink Nike shirt.
Yeah, I was like, I cannot wear this anymore.
I seen you and I was like, that's Ashley.
Okay. Are you ready?
You can read my dream too.
Okay. I had a dream that I was running around planning a birthday party and I was trying so hard to make it perfect because it was for Ellie. There was some problems on if she was going to come because I called Dad and he kept saying she wasn't going to come. So I begged and begged and they said she could come for a little while. So she shows up and we all jump out and yell surprise. And then it turned into space and we were all looking at the stars, but still celebrating Ellie. And shortly after she arrived, Dad came back to pick her up and Heather came up to me and thanked me for throwing the party for Ellie. And they left. Then me and everyone else cleaned up the whole mess and I woke up. So I also did this one in like a separate one because I looked up the space thing and I looked up the
Yeah, that was the most random
I
shit.
know. Okay. Dreaming of throwing a party for someone no longer in your life often symbolizes processing past emotions, finding closure, or navigating personal growth. It indicates you are interrogating lessons from that relationship, recounseling or letting go of lingering feelings rather than the personal physical returning. Emotional process and closure. You might be addressing lingering emotions or seeking a sense of finality regarding the relationship, allowing you to move forward. Signs of personal growth. The person in your dream may represent a past version of yourself, symbolizing a celebration of your own. Evaluation. Is that resilience?
Resilience.
Resilience. Sorry, I can't read good words. Also, have you noticed this? I try to give emotion to every time I read. Because it makes me think of when I do become a teacher, having the book and then reading it to the kids with emotion. That's what I think about every time I read. Or a new phase in life. Processing memories. The subconscious often revisits significant or emotional figures from the past as a part of memory organization. Acceptance and I can't read it.
Reconciliation.
Yes, that. It can signify that you have forgiven. Sorry, I also have a bad tendency of running my words together and I read like super duper fast. So it's like fucking me up. Anyway, that you have forgiven them or reached a point of acceptance represented by the act of giving a gift or celebration. Okay. So that, if you got that, because I kept fucking up my English. And then space. This one, I don't see how it like goes into your dream. I just looked it up. Dreaming of space often symbolizes a desire for freedom, escape from daily pressures, and high aspirations. It frequently represents the subconscious mind, indicating a need to explore new perspectives, potential, or spiritual growth. These dreams can suggest a desire to move beyond personal limitations. Okay, and then it has like all of these things, but I don't think that's important. Okay, that was it.
So what's the overall meaning?
I think the overall meaning is pretty much just, but anyway, so basically what I think is like, maybe you do have like, with that kind of relationship, like you're like struggle with that certain kind of relationship. So like something in like that area, like subconsciously, like it said, but pretty much the first thing I read is probably like the interpretation, and then it like trims it up. But so it'd be like something subconsciously in that relationship, like you feel something in that, and then the space thing. Maybe it like added it for like, I guess like a freedom.
Like wanting an escape?
From that, like the whole purpose of
like
an
escape from the trauma of the situation?
Yes, kind of like that, yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Sorry I couldn't speak it clearly.
No, you're good. I completely understood what you were saying. This is my next one. So some backstory, my aunt passed away like 2 months ago, and my grandma followed about a month and a half later. A month and a half later. After, I had a dream that I was in my aunt's house, but it didn't look like her house. Everything was blue and white. I walked in, and there's a teal coffin in the middle of the living room, and my aunt is on some stairs that led to an upstairs loft. The coffin is cracked open, and I can see just a little bit of leg. I know it's my grandmother in the coffin because my aunt said something about they can't afford to bury her yet, so they'll keep her around a little longer. Then the lid moved again, and my aunt came down and closed it completely. Okay, so passed away loved one is a common experience often termed with visitation dream, or a manifestation of grief. Blue and white house, a harmonious blend of peace, spiritual clarity, and emotional stability in your waking life. The white represents purity, new opportunities, and personal growth, while the blue signifies serenity, trust, and divine protection or guidance. Teal coffin, a transition ending, or the need to let go of the past in a way that brings emotional healing and clarity. A dead loved one in the middle of a house, a processed, lingering, or ongoing connection with them, acting as a mental space for comfort, unresolved grief, or a desire for guidance. The fact that they couldn't afford to bury the loved one yet is an intense anxiety, overwhelming financial stress, or a feeling of being incapable of handling a major life situation. So my overall meaning is maybe a visitation, being protected by lost loved ones, yet opening new opportunities, dealing with grief and anxiety, stressing over financial situations.
I'm always walking past a certain wall of rocks, and then whoever I'm with decides to walk across the top of the wall like a tightrope type of situation. And again, never seen anything happen, but as we get closer to the end of the wall, there's just an eerie feeling, and then I wake up. A dream where you are with a friend who suddenly starts climbing rocks and accompanies by an eerie feeling often represents anxieties regarding personal growth, changing dynamics in a relationship, or a feeling that someone close to you is moving towards a different, perhaps dangerous or unknown future. The eerie feeling suggests that this change causes you discomfort, fear, and a sense of disconnection. Okay. Climbing rocks, mountains. Climbing typically symbolizes a major goal, life challenge, or the pursuit of personal growth. However, if it feels unnatural, sudden, or scary, it may indicate a struggle or a fear of failure in your waking life. The friend's action. If your friend is taking the lead in climbing, it could mean you perceive them as advancing faster than you or moving into a new phase of life, career, relationship, or mindset that you are not part of. The eerie feeling. This emotion is crucial. It signifies? I could not say that. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth, but it's like it cannot say words. I knew the word in my head. I was just like, what does that say? Okay. That your subconscious views this change in your friend as threatening, isolating, or signaling that you are losing a shared perspective. It could indicate that you are worried about them or that you feel they are making choices you cannot follow. Unresolved tension. The dream might reflect underlying tension or a lack of understanding between you and this friend, where you feel they are acting out of character or ignoring your input.
Okay.
I think that's right. Like with the whole like,
Was this?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where it's like they're walking on a path and maybe it's like they're walking like on a path, but like you're walking on a different path. So like you feel like you're worried or like because you just feel eerie, but there's like no reason to be like eerie. Pretty much.
Almost like a worried about them.
Yeah, but there's no reason to be.
Yeah.
Because they're literally right there.
Like
they're
with
just
you.
yeah, but they're just taking a different path to get to the same destination.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that it for that one?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So the last three are my dreams. Okay. Girl, this one's crazy. Okay. So, shout out Emmy. This is about you. I had a dream. Okay, so I had a dream that I was throwing a party, like a birthday party, for my friend Emmy. And it was in this huge house. It was like, I think it was like my mom's house, our mom's house. I don't know why I say mine. But our mom's house. But it was like a bigger house. And there was like, there was like a stage and then like bleachers.
Yeah.
And so I'm throwing this party, like getting everything together, and I realized that we don't have any weed, and I wanted to get some. So my papa, he has passed away, but he was alive in my dream, and he was like, "Oh, I know where to get some. Like, come on."
Really?
So we get in a helicopter, fly this bitch. It's me, papa, and then I think like 2 other people. And we're in this helicopter and we're flying through this jungle looking for weed. And papa's driving it and he knows exactly where he's going. So we're just
like
going through. Yes! So we're flying through and we're like, we finally land in this like grassy area and we step out and it's all weed. Like just weed plants. So I fucking pull them bitches up, grab all that I need, get back in the helicopter, we fly back home. And then everybody shows up to the party, and I'm talking so many people, like several people are at this party. And we're all like dancing, drinking, smoking, having a good time. And then Emmy wants to thank me for throwing her this party, so she decides that she's gonna dance for me. So she gets up on the stage, everybody's sitting in the bleachers, and she's up there, and she basically does this like strip dance without like taking off her clothes, and she told everybody that it was for me. And I was like, okay. So she's up there dancing and everything, and then she gets done, and other people are up there dancing. It's almost like a talent show. And I go out, and I'm like in another room, and drinking or whatever. And I go into my room, like it's supposed to be my room, And she's in there with like 3 other girls. And then the 3 girls get up and walk out, and it's just me, her, and Michael, my boyfriend. And she says that she wants to have a 3-way with us. So we start getting naked, and I woke up before we had sex.
Oh my god.
I did tell her about this dream. Yeah, I
She
immediately
said-
called her. She said, "Get back in there and go back to sleep and finish that dream." I was like, "Yes, ma'am." Okay, so the party for someone means your social energy, desire for connection, or need to celebrate a personal transition, such as a new phase or opportunity. Dreaming of a friend symbolizes your emotional state, social connections, or aspects of your own personality. Dreaming of a helicopter, a desire for control, personal freedom, elevated perspective, or rapid life changes. Dreaming of weed, a need for relaxation, stress relief, or a desire to escape from daily pressures. Passed away loved ones, processing grief, unresolved emotions, or a desire for comfort. Dancing, joy, celebration, and a positive, intimate connection with that person. Sex with your friend, emotional closeness, admiration for their traits, or a desire for a deeper connection rather than literal sexual attraction. So my overall meaning is wanting a deep connection with someone and needing comfort along with needing to relieve myself from stress.
Nothing recent, but I had one where I got separated from my son at a theme park and couldn't get him a few years ago, and when I woke up I felt shocked. Okay. Dreams about losing a child, particularly in a crowded or chaotic place like a theme park for extended time, often symbolizes deep-seated parental anxiety, fear of losing control, or feelings of guilt inadequacy, rather than a prediction of the future. It indicates a perceived loss of connection, protection, or influence over your son.
Okay, that makes sense, because I feel like that person is really protective.
Intense parental anxiety and safety fears. The dream likely reflects your subconscious high-stake concern for your child's safety and your responsibility to protect them. Loss of control. A theme park represents a chaotic, busy environment, which can symbolize areas in your waking life where you feel your child or a situation is wandering. Wandering. There's no O. It's an A.
Yeah, wandering.
Wandering.
That's how you spell it. Wonder is with a O. So if you're like wondering something, that's a O.
Wandering.
But wandering is like walking around.
I don't even know English. Okay, wandering. I thought it was wandering. Oh, right. Okay, beyond your supervision. Sorry.
Okay. I have so much to edit in this.
Are you gonna take off all my corrections?
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry.
It's okay, but I have to because I don't want it to mesh badly.
Neglected personal aspects. Sometimes a lost child in a dream represents a part of yourself, like your own inner child, creativity, or independence that you have lost or neglected. Separation, anxiety, transition. The years passing suggest a fear of losing touch with your child as they grow, change, or become more independent, representing major life transitions. Processing guilt or stress. If you have been stressed or feel guilty about not spending enough time with your son, this scenario is a common way the brain processes those emotional burdens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So honestly, it could be. I don't know if he's close with this child or sees this child every day.
I don't know.
But I think maybe there is an uncloseness there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it could be age, or they don't see each other all the time, or something like that. They're just not there all the time, or feels like they could be there more.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like, maybe like, that's what I pretty much think it is that like, you constantly like are in a fear because maybe you are not as close as you would want to be. And so you feel like you have no control, or like you're not really in their life enough. Subconsciously,
Mhm.
I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that person's story, but I feel like that does make sense. Okay. So, this is another one of mine. I had a dream. This was so long ago. This was like when me and my boyfriend first started dating. I had a dream. Now, okay. Some backstory. I was always against having a threesome because I was scared of something happening. Either like getting the girl pregnant, or him falling in love with that girl, or she's prettier than me. Those types of thoughts. And I never wanted to have a threesome. It was like a no, but if it ever did happen, you have to wear a condom. Since then, my thoughts have changed on that. We won't go into that, but that was like really strict on how I felt at that time. So I had a dream that I cannot remember if my boyfriend picked out the girl or if I picked out the girl. But one of us picked out the girl and said that we were wanting to have a threesome. And she comes into the room, and it's in like the old house that we lived in with his mom. We're in the bedroom.
Oh, really?
Yes. We're sitting in the bedroom. This is in my dream. It happened at that house too.
It did?
Yeah.
I thought it happened like at your like the house that you were renting.
No.
Oh damn. Okay.
So we were in that bedroom, and me and Michael were sitting on the bed, and this girl comes in, and we're gonna have a threesome with her. And immediately, like, she's like kind of short, thick in all the right places, thin in all the right places. She's Latina, which is something that Michael likes. Gorgeous girl, long black hair, like just gorgeous. And anyway, so we end up having the threesome, and then it like fast forwards it, and Michael texts me and he's like, hey, I need you to come over, I need to talk to you. So I come over, and he's sitting on the bed, and then I sit next to him on the bed, and he pulls out this paper, and he tells me that the girl called him and told him that she was pregnant. And I started crying, and then he said that he was going to break up with me so he could be with her and raise their child together. And then I got up, or then she walks into the room, and then I get up and I leave, and she takes my spot on the bed. And I left, and I woke up. That dream fucked me up for months. I cannot even explain. Like, now, if I had that kind of dream, I mean, I probably wouldn't have cared as much. I mean, not that, like, there's anything wrong with my relationship, but just, like, I think I was really insecure at that time, and I was fucked up because of that dream for a minute. But I did tell him.
What did he say?
He was like, girl, be for real.
Be for real?
I've always wanted to interpret this dream, but I never did. So now here's my chance. So a threesome, having a dream about a threesome, is a need to simplify an overwhelming life, a desire for more pleasure, or a need to integrate different aspects of yourself. Boyfriend getting another girl pregnant is anxiety, feelings of being overwhelmed, or insecurity within your relationship. Or girl you have a threesome with is prettier than you is a symbolic reflection of insecurity, a need for self-improvement, or feeling that a third wheel is dominating your relationship. So my overall meaning, this actually made so much sense to me at the time. So the overall meaning is I feel like I was insecure. So insecurity in my relationship, and feeling like I'm the third wheel to our peers. Because I did feel that way. Looking back on
You
it,
have a third wheel?
because of like Brandon, Brett, and all of them.
Yeah.
Because he would always do everything that they said, and then when I asked to do something, we couldn't. That one did make a lot of sense to me. I have one more.
I do too.
Okay.
So this person was out walking his kid and ended up running into
Wait.
in this person's
You
dream.
literally said walking his kid like a dog?
Walking with.
Sorry. Continue.
It says out with his kid walking.
Okay.
Okay. Out with his kid walking. I just feel like that sounds weird. But okay. Ended up running into his ex. They ended up having a conversation, and she asked him to hang out, and he said it was too cold for his kid. Jealous of the people she was hanging out with. But he was jealous of the people she was hanging out with. Dreaming of a past girlfriend and feeling jealous of her life, despite having your own, usually signals unresolved emotions, a need for closure, or insecurities about your current life path. Rather than a desire to reconcile, it often represents a reality check, highlighting areas in your own life where you feel lack, rather than truly desiring your ex-specific life. Comparison and self-reflection. The jealousy indicates you may be comparing your progress to hers, possibly feeling you are falling behind in specific areas. Unresolved emotions or lack of closure. The dream may indicate lingering, unprocessed feelings about how the relationship ended or a need to officially let go. Need for personal growth. The ex-girlfriend often represents a lesson you learned, or didn't, or a specific time in your life. The jealousy suggests a desire for the passion, security, or better life you perceive she has. Current life stress. If you are navigating significant changes, new job, moving, or new relationship, your brain may be using the past to process, which creates feeling of anxiety and jealousy. Recessing priorities. Your subconscious might be highlighting that your current life feels routine, and you desire more excitement or change in your own circumstances, not necessarily with her. The dream is likely a reflection of your own internal landscape, a signal to focus on your own satisfaction and emotional well-being rather than a literal desire for the past relationship. Which I feel like that makes sense, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's mostly like, I feel like it's more of like, there's a separation between like how your life is now and like what it was or what like it like had been.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like you're feeling these certain things in these certain areas, and then you think back to like what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But some part of you also is struggling of the fact that your life is what it is now. So it's like an unbalance, I guess, of like maybe what you do want. Or like what you feel like you want, and then like what you have now.
Okay.
So
That was good. I like that.
That probably was.
I think that makes a lot of sense for that
I think
person.
so too. I think so too.
Okay. So this is my last one. I've told this dream before, so I'll sum it up as much as I can. But this was back in our Halloween episode, our scary stories. I told my scary story.
Oh, the lucid dream thing?
My sleep paralysis dream.
Yeah.
But I didn't do the paralysis one. I just did the dream I had. So I had a dream so basically I went to sleep in my sister's bedroom when we lived with our mom. Well, when she did. And nobody was home. So I went to sleep in her bed. And in my dream, I woke up in her bed, had to pee. I get up, walk to the bathroom, use the bathroom, get out. There's like this like white box thing, and it wants me to solve a riddle about a little boy. So I do that, and then once I'm done solving the riddle, the lights go out, and then there's a like spotlight on the wall of the hallway, and in blue letters it writes out a letter to me from my mom, basically saying like, I'm sorry for how things went in your past, like I wish I was there for you more, things like that. And then I woke up. So this is what
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. So using the bathroom is a need for emotional release, releasing stress, or overcoming feelings of lost control in waking life. Solving a riddle typically represents your subconscious working through waking life challenges, obstacles, or emotional complexities, symbolizing a desire to find a clarity and solutions. The color blue, tranquility, spirituality, wisdom, and peace. A letter from mom is a need for guidance, reassurance, or a desire to connect with maternal love. My overall meaning was overwhelming emotions, and mom makes me feel peace. Because it was the letter from mom is what was written in blue.
Yeah.
So I think that's what that meant to me. And that's all I got.
I liked how you did yours. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I like how you set it up like that.
I worked really fucking hard on
I
them.
bet you did. It seems like you did. I just kind of read mine off of Google.
I mean, I got mine off of Google.
Yeah, but you took like separate and you looked up different things. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you like broke it down and then looked up the broken down pieces.
Yeah.
I literally looked the whole thing up and then let Google break it down for me.
That's smart. Yeah. Well, either way.
But mine, it was more of like, yours was like this key element and this is what this key element meant. Google took this emotion and this is what this emotion means. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for listening to us today.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for next week. We're going to be posting another episode. If you would like, we would love if you did. Give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you watch there. Yeah. If you want to reach out to us, you can DM us on Instagram, comment below, whatever you want, or you can send us an email at girlsofacertainage with 2 E's at the end of age @gmail.com. And I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you. Bye.